I'm counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant.
Hey guys, I'll be there in a second. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know I'm not talking to myself. Late today. Just coming. Make yourselves comfortable. Say hello in the chat. Hey, Master J, good to see you. I'll be there in just a moment. All right, here we are. I'm late, sorry. I sort of turned up late and had to get everything sorted. So welcome to The Decentralist. Normally I'll be more on time than this. I'm running 7 minutes behind. So hello, Master J, you're the only one in the chat so far. Hello to everyone else. But yeah, come in the chat, say hi. So today, I wanted to have I think I should do this more often where I actually have a specific theme, right? And we don't have to stick 100% to it, but it's nice to start each stream in terms of, why we're all ultimately here, at least like why you guys are ultimately here in the future. There's going to be people who are more broad in their interests. You might have some people that are more interested in long-term investments, looking for hidden gems. But I know you guys are all budding traders. So the theme for today, as the headline suggests, is let's focus on market structure. It's something that is like so basic that I think often we can forget about it, and we get caught up in all of the fancy kind of like technical analysis, kung fu ninja stuff. Hey Robin, hey Tony, hey Marcus, Scott, Cornish, how you guys doing? Hey Attila, good to see you. So I've got an interesting idea for today to do some market structure. I've got a fun idea. I'm going to test you guys, right? It's going to be like a fun test. First, we'll talk about it, and then we can play a little game together and see if you guys can. Well, you'll see when I get to it. It's going to be quite interactive. Hey, Luke. Master J, I just sent you, before we went live, I just sent you a DM in the network. So check that out. Wicked. All right. So let me just do some quick admin. For those of you who, which is, to be honest, most of you, hey Fatima, so most of you, almost all of you who are now in the Founders Club, I'm going to be creating the Founders Club space in the network in the next few days. There's no huge rush, but I'll do it in the next couple of days. And then I'll let you know once I've sent you an invite, and you'll see that invite either in your notifications and or your email. And then once you're in, then that's our tight-knit group. That's the Founders Club. And in there, that's where we're going to be doing all of our, well, first of all, that's where we're going to do, on stream, we're going to do the fun sort of raffle where we'll see out of the founders what the allocation distribution is going to be, which is like, everyone's got the base level. That's like what you all were going to get. But then I thought it'd be fun just to throw a bonus fun thing where some of you will get more, just as like a sort of a fun competition. So there's no feeling bad. If I hadn't have done that, you'd all just get the base level. But I thought it'd be fun just to sort of throw that in. So we'll do that live probably, what did I say? Probably tomorrow, if not the day after. We'll do it sometime this week. And then from that point onwards, all of the brainstorming, the creative development, the concept development, the mechanics and stuff, we will talk about in there, right? That's our private group. Is there anything else I need to let you guys know about? All right, good stuff. Any questions for me before I dive into a bit of Bitcoin? Before I dive in, I'll share some other things. So I'm moving to Warsaw in 4 days, so I've got to pack all this stuff up, which I've designed it so that it can be easily packed up. Everything is portable, and then when I get to Warsaw and get myself all unpacked and get it all kind of get the studio sorted out again, and I'm settled, then that's when I'm going to go and get a better computer, because I got this one purely because it's like the most compact thing I could get. But then I found out that we need a bit more power, right? We need a bit more juice to do what I want to do. Like, this is fine, everything's working, but we're doing it on 720p, we're doing it on 30 frames a second, which is fine. Like, I know that if if I was a gaming streamer, then 30 frames a second wouldn't sort of be up to par. But it's not, the frames per second isn't that important for us, but the resolution I think is. If you've got a great connection, you'd probably want to watch it at 1080p, because then when we're looking at the analysis and there's like trend lines and things, some of it might be a little bit harder to see on the 720p. So when I get a beefier, still portable mini PC, then the streams will be high quality. And then also we'll have the power to also bring in other sort of guests and have them on screen at the same time. And yeah, I mentioned this yesterday, and it'd be more fun, more kind of like chat and banter rather than just me sitting here on my own, talking to you guys, but one way, you know. Cornish says, do you have to attend or will it be random? I'm not sure I can attend tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, obviously if you can't attend, that's fine. But you'll see the recording. So I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do it yet. I think I mentioned this yesterday. I think a fun way would be one of these online little like free things where you can just enter everyone's names into like a spinning wheel or something, or into this kind of like a random winner generator thing, and we'll do it that way. And yeah, if you're not there, that's fine. You'll see the recording, or I will notify everyone who isn't there, you know, what they got. So don't worry if you're not here. But I'll let everyone know. I'm not going to be like just randomly like, oh, let's do it today. I'll let everyone know. So if it's not tomorrow, then what day is it tomorrow? It's the 1st. So if things get a bit too hectic with the move, then we might just wait till I get to Warsaw and you know, and then we'll do it then. What else did I want to tell you? And I can't remember if I told you this yesterday, but we are 100% going to go forward with having a segment on every stream where we are trying to trade. We're actually trying to trade. It's not analysis, and we do it live. We do it for real. I'm going to set up a sub account, so it's completely isolated, probably on KuCoin. KuCoin's a great exchange, so a sub account on KuCoin, and then it's part of the live stream. You know, unless we can't find any trades, you're not going to force it. But so I think that'd be quite cool. You know, we've got our analysis and me talking about like what I think Bitcoin's doing and blah 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 blah, and then it's like, right, okay, let's dive in, let's get in there, and I think it'll be quite fun. And we'll be tracking it. We'll start with a completely fresh spreadsheet, and then we can just go through the whole process together. I think you guys would really enjoy that, because then it's not just the analysis stuff, which you've seen me do and you've seen me teach. You actually get to see every detail of like, okay, so there's the trade, what do we do in the spreadsheet, how do we type it in, how do we assess the position size, the risk reward. You literally just get to watch me do it. It's as I said, it's going to be outside my comfort zone, because as a swing trader, doing stuff that quickly and doing like intraday trading is like the faster it is, the less time that you've got to do the kind of analysis that I like to do, which is, you know, combining Elliott Wave with Android median lines and, you know, the typical basic stuff of market structure and divergences and all that kind of stuff. But it'd be great content. It'd be great content, you know, and yeah. So that's something I'm looking forward to. That'll be fun. And so once I'm settled in Warsaw and I've got the new kit, the new stuff, the new setup, and that's all just right. That's done. Then I'll start doing that. And I think it'd be fun as well if we do that, where we might have like, you know, Shaman on a call, or maybe we can sort of every now and then bring some of you guys in, whatever. And we're talking about it together. What do you reckon about this setup I'm seeing? What do you reckon? And it's I think quite cool. So it's not just me one way. There's more like discussion happening, you know. Just got an email. Cool. What else? Mr. Barnes just followed on Twitch. Mr. Barnes, are you part of the community? Are you in the King Silver network, or are you a random? Randoms are welcome. You're all welcome. But hey, Geese 8208. Geese, are you in the community? Mr. Barnes, MWH10 invited me. Who's MWH10? So you're new to all of this. You're new to me. You new to King Silver? If you are, welcome. Welcome to the community. Oh, Martin. All right, nice. Marin, is that his new name? We'll call him Marina. Geese828 newbie learning. Nice. Well, welcome, Geese. Wicked. So what I need to do actually, because you know the screen that comes up when we're offline, it just says like offline, follow us to, for when we're streaming again. But I'm streaming consistently every day, Sunday to Thursday from 7 till 9, and sometimes we go over, don't we? Sometimes like till 10 or something. So I need to change it so it actually shows like the schedule. Wicked. All right, well, welcome. So is there anything else I think I need to go into that I'm planning? No, I think that's it. And I think with the live trading that we're going to end up doing, I think it'd be quite fun. We can actually have like up there or somewhere, we'll get like a cooler kind of surround, and we can have like the socials and stuff. You know, you might have seen those in live streams, a bit of a template. But then up like maybe up here, we can have our fund balance. So we can start off with something that everyone can relate to. We're like $1,000, whatever, $500, something like that, and it will be up there, and it can show our progress. It can show our, you know what I mean. And then it's kind of like a nice little kind of, I don't know, it's fun. It's like it's fun content. And then you guys might have a trade setup idea. Andy, go check out Ethereum or go check out Chili's. I think I'm seeing an ending diagonal. We go, right, let's go over there, and I think quite fun. I think it'd be good content. So let's go into Bitcoin and have a look. And it's working now. Look at that. Because I worked out what was going on. Well, I didn't work it out. You guys worked it out. You're the engineers. I've got no idea what's going on. But we worked out. And this is another thing. So once I get settled in Warsaw, I'm also going to get a couple more screens as well. So I've got my laptop, this is what this is, right? This is where I'm doing my analysis. This is the laptop. It's feeding into the mini PC, which is handling, it's like the streaming engine. And then I've got a portable screen on my right, and that's when I've got my stream information. I can see what you can see. I can see the chats. I can see how many people are tuning in from YouTube and Twitch, and the volume and the different, like this is a scene, this is a scene, this is a scene, so it's different scenes. But I'm going to be getting another couple of monitors as well, and I've just got to work out the technical side of how to do that, so you guys can see. There'll be like another scene where we'll have multiple screens. So if I want to show you, if I'm seeing like here's the 5 minute, here's the daily, or when we start to get into order flow and stuff, I can sort of like say, right, can you see here? And then I can switch to a scene where you can see both. You can see what I can see, right? You can see multiple screens, yeah, and it would just be, I'm trying to make it slowly cooler and cooler and cooler for all of us. Wicked. All right, so hey Shirley, good to see you. Cornish says it does sound fun. Nice. Yeah, I think so. Pardon me. All right, so I'm trying to think what's new since we last spoke. Let me see. We last spoke. This is the 30 minutes. So what day is it today? It's the 28th. So the 27th at around like this time. So yeah, we would have seen. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. So this was dropping, and I was saying this looked like an ending diagonal. Well, look what we got. Yeah. So I drew this yesterday, and I was saying this looks like a leading diagonal, and I said, first of all, if it breaks it out above here, that's the first sign that this is the end of the ending diagonal, the leading diagonal, sorry. And if it breaks above here, then that's like the signal that this leading diagonal is finished. And that is what happened. Aren't I a bloody genius? I'm half joking when I say that, right? Because no one knows what's going to happen. And so if this is the leading diagonal, what's the macro of this? Leading diagonal, correction, and now we'd expect another push down. Here we go. So here's the X down here. So far it's all working out really nicely. So this might be I think this is just a nice WXY, right? Well, this could be an impulse. But this looks corrected. This looks like a Y. Yeah, I'm going to stick with... well, normally, you could just do like a nice channel here, right? Well, is this the end? Is this the end? I mean, it's looking like it's... again, if it falls down below this trend line, I would say that's the correction ended. And then we are indeed heading down now, like to... who was it? Was it Janus or was it... Raphael or someone who was predicting 0.706, sorry, 0.786. I think it was, I can't remember now. I think it was Raphael. Raphael is such a cool name. But then I'm biased because I grew up on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If your name is Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, who's the other one? Or Michelangelo, that's pretty cool in my books. Now, I'll get to this pitchfork and these different sliding parallels in a second. Let's just go back to what we're looking at here. So this is the W, and we've got the X here. Again, it's almost like there's a process you go through. You start with a hypothesis. You start with a hypothesis. This is the W, and this is the X. You test the hypothesis. In other words, you try to look for reasons why the hypothesis is true. And even if you find reasons, you find reasons why it's true, like you find confirmation, you think, oh yeah, I think that hypothesis is correct. That's not the end of the process. Then what you do is you then go, and this is like a mental, an exercise in trying to step outside of the limits of your awareness, because if you tend to find what you're looking for in that sense. So if you're looking for why your analysis is right, you're far more likely to find reasons why you're right. Like I mentioned this before, if you go in a really sort of a deep philosophical way, you tend to look for things in the world that match what you already believe about that world. If you, like, let's say I come to a party with a friend of mine and no one knows who my friend is, or maybe not. Well, but if I say my friend, then they're already going to have a perception about the person. I show up to a party and there's someone with me, right? And let's say they all know me, they all like me, and let's say he's like putting his coat away, and then before he comes, I say, hey guys, like this guy is, don't trust him. He's the worst human being in the world. Don't trust him. They're going to see him and he's going to start talking, and they're going to see like, oh yeah, you're right, there's something off about this guy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because they're looking for reasons not to like this person. They're looking for bad traits, bad qualities, all that kind of stuff. Whereas if I said, this guy is the coolest guy, he's the best person. If you become his friend, you'll be the luckiest, but he's the greatest guy in the world. Then he's going to be received completely differently. That their perception of the way he talks and what he says is going to be seen and experienced completely differently. If you go into the markets, if someone that you trust and you like, they're a guru and you think they're like they're Jesus walking, and they say, guys, Bitcoin is about to crash, go and look in the charts and you will see it. And what happens? You go in the charts and you're looking for why is Bitcoin about to crash? And then especially if you've got your identity tied in to sharing the same beliefs as this guru type, you will start to, you will at worst, you will see things that aren't really there. You will see reasons that Bitcoin's going to crash. And at the very least, you'll be blind to some signs that Bitcoin's actually going to go up. You just won't be, you'll be blind to it. And so when you're going through this process, you start with a hypothesis, in this case from yesterday, that this was leading diagonal. Then we come back to it today and we go, so confirmed, kind of like this looks like this is the WXY completed. That's not the end. We all want to stop there because it feels good to be right. It feels good I'm right, I'm a genius, The last step is, okay, how can I be wrong? Even though I'm seeing that I'm correct, like having the sort of the wisdom to know that even though in this moment I feel like I'm correct, I could still be wrong, right? I could just be not. I could not be seeing something because I'm coming in here with a bias, and we all have a bias to be correct, right? Raphael says, hello team, what have I missed? Not much, we've just gotten started really. Master J, Raphael, you missed Andy congratulating you on your cool name. Yeah, you missed that, and I'm never going to compliment you ever again, I'm afraid. I compliment somebody once, and then that's it. So in other words, or not in other words, I'm just repeating what I said. How could I be wrong? This is the leading diagonal. This is the WXY. How could that not be the case? Well, there's not really an alternative for this move here yet that I want to kind of entertain right now, but we are getting this corrective move upwards, and now look, it's dropped below this this trend line. So before that, I would have said, well, there's a chance where we've got the W, the X, and we've still got more to go to come up here, and yeah, that could be the case. We could be getting like a flat correction here, so it would sort of break our structure here. Now that could be the case, so it's good to entertain possibilities where we might not be where we might be incorrect, but it's kind of broken. I don't know what this is. This is a pitchfork from somewhere. Let's see if we can find out where that line is from. Well, that's a sliding parallel. I created that, so it's not that. I guess it was this. Is it that warning line? Because my warning lines are dashed, and that isn't a dash. Yeah, this is Binance. That's Binance. It's KuCoin. I'm looking up here. This is the exchanges. This is the the 5 minute. Just wait for it to load. And Geese, you said you're new. So what we're looking at, we are going to be looking at market structure. But what we're looking at, these symbols, these numbers, these letters are labels we apply to different types of waves, and these waves are kind of the building blocks of wave patterns that are produced by crowd psychology, and the method of analysis is called Elliott wave principle, although some people call it Elliott wave theory. And these are called pitchforks. There's different kinds of pitchforks, and what these are, the methodology of analysis is called Andrews median lines. Elliott wave theory was discovered, invented by Ralph Nelson Elliott back in the 1930s, and in the same decade, Dr. Alan Andrews, my name is Andrew, so it's not named after me, Dr. Alan Andrews also discovered this, that price followed geometry, and it became kind of known by his, all the people who kind of proceeded after him and following his ideas, it became known as market geometry. And these two combined together, I feel like it's kind of my thing. I haven't seen anyone else do this. Raphael says, could that correction still be a B wave, and the next move is still a C wave down, a B wave on this time frame? And this is the 30-minute, so it's dropping down. Yeah, so it is looking like this correction is complete, and this sliding parallel I got from, this is a phase shift sliding parallel, because price stopped here, right, and it stopped here a second time, so this is a really strong sliding parallel, and then look where price found resistance up here, right, on this this phase shift. Because look, if I move this over, right, you can see the geometry has shifted. The frequency has shifted, and that's why it's called a phase shift. And that's where it found resistance. So it's like the bears wanted to step in, and so yeah, So because it's dropped down, it's even, has it broken this mark? It hasn't broken this marker structure yet. This would be the final sort of final sign. See that? It's given us a double bottom at the moment. We'll see if it's gonna give us something else. So these are in different exchanges. This is Binance. Let me go back again here. So where's this pitchfork coming from? This is from ages ago. Wait for it to load. See, I'll come back to your question in a second, Raphael. This is kefir, if anyone likes kefir. I don't think it's going to load for us. If we go to the 20-minute, I want to identify this blue pitchfork. Do I look darker? If I move forward, the light comes on. I think it's because the blue in the background is too intense, and it's like it messes up the white balance of the camera. Cornish says, I think you can right click on the object tree and click go to item or whatever. Yeah, but if there's like it's just not loading for some reason. Maybe the Wi-Fi connection. Raphael says, impulse from the beginning of the move would be wave A, the middle section correction, wave B, and now moving down to complete the wave C, and then the next move up. Yeah, I think that's what we've already said we think's happening, right? Yeah, like an A, like I said, a leading diagonal, right? So leading diagonal, A. Oh, did I keep saying WXY? Sorry, I mean on the higher time frame, we've got a WXY, right, and the Y being up here, but then within that, that's within a, it's like double combos all over the place. We've got WXY, that in itself is a W, this is an X, inside that we've got a WX, and then within the X, I think you're right, so a leading diagonal is an A, this is the B, and now we're expecting a C, and it's looking quite impulsive so far, so it's looking good. And that would be maybe that's the 1, this is the 3, and we've got another 5 down, or it might be longer than that. But we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're in agreement. Corner says it will take you to location. Yeah, but if it's not loading, oh, there it is. Did it load? Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, let's try and find. Okay, we don't need all these. We can get rid of those. These are all anchored VWAPs, but these are from ages ago. Okay, this is clearly an old. Yeah, it was doing something before, although price did bounce off that quite nicely. But yeah, I think we can get rid of that. We don't need that. And also we can get rid of that. There we go. That's also not needed anymore. And also that as well. Alright, so this was the 5 minutes, which is pretty... Normally we wouldn't go even deeper than the 5 minute, but look at us venturing into the 1 minute as well, but 5 minutes should be enough. So let's label this. So the X here that this is within is a sub minuet degree, and for geese, these patterns are fractal, and this is why we label them in degrees. So sub minuet, this is going to be our A, B, and this is potentially the C. And we want to go to, yeah, micro, there we go. And then within micro, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that will be sub micro. And then within the B, we've got the WXY, WXY, and that means that this would be the wave 1 and wave 2, and then this would be the wave 1 of the wave 3. Okay, that makes sense. So that would be sub minuet degree. Yeah, sub minuet degree. What am I talking about? This should be, if that's micro, that's sub micro, and that should be sub micro as well. Yeah, I went the wrong direction. There we go. One, two. Look at that beautiful clean correction. And then this is the wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And so that 3 is going to, come down there, and then the 4 and the 5 completing the C. So that's kind of what we're looking at for this. And so now this 1, 2, let's look at a retrace for that wave 2. Sub micro. So it's that. And that'll be minuscule. Okay. So let's see what kind of retrace. I mean, I don't want to go. Oh, let's go down into the 1 minute. Go on then. Let's do it. 1 minute. This is the 1 minute sound effect. I think. Let's see what kind of retrace was, if it is that. 50%. So if that's a 50% retrace on wave 1, then we would expect a deeper wave 4. So yeah, just watching this unfold, we can do a test for everyone. Raphael says, great, that's what I have. Okay, so test. We've got a wave 1 and 2. What do we need to be doing now? What's the next thing we want to add to our chart? We have our completed wave 1 and 2. Who's got it? Anybody? Bass channel. There you go. Let's do it. We can do a bass channel, or we can do a modified shift. Let's try a modified shift because we might get some interesting geometry showing up. Oh, wrong way around. Oops. Doo-doo. There we go. Let's make it the same color. So yeah, broken out the bass channel really nicely. And this wave 2 is kind of more unclear. So I'd be hesitant to. I would lack the confidence in this degree. And I don't want to go. Should we go down to the 1? I thought this is the 1 minute. Sorry. Let's see if we can get more detail with the 1 minute. No, I think that's the end of the wave. Wave 1, I think. Man, this is confusing. Hang on, let's have a look at this. Okay. No, that would be very strange. I was going to say wave 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, triangle 5, but then look at this tiny, that would make it like a tiny little retrace for wave 2. That would be absolutely tiny. I mean, if it wasn't, hang on. Well, look, this is what I'm seeing. Okay, well, let's play with this idea. I'm seeing, just looking at the wave count, I mean, you know, again, hypothesis, test hypothesis. Master J says lead and diagonal. No, I'm not seeing lead and diagonal. I don't see where that would be. I was going to say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, A, B, C, D, E triangle, and then the 4's here. What retrace would that be with wave 4? %, exactly. And then an extended fifth wave, maybe. I mean, like this is a kind of a, you know, it looks like a triangle correction, and it's after this first move. So is this a wave 1, 2, 3 triangle correction, and then a 1, 2, either a 3, 4, 5 or a 1, 2, 3? Again, this is a fourth correction with one more move up to be a, well, to complete our wave 3 actually. So that's fine. Like, we were expecting this anyway, so I like that. Let's look at the volume. It's the spike in volume for the wave 3 and then an extended wave 5. That's what I think we're seeing here. And the question is that the wave 5 completed there? 1, 2. Let's look at this. Well, look, we're down in the 1 minute now, so this is all happening really fast. So this is kind of where we will be when we start doing like trading live. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So my primary that I'm going to be going with for now is that this is the completed wave 3. Wave 5. Although the spike in volume was right here, and that might lead me to believe that this is wave 3 of 5, and we've got one more push to go. But yeah, so we might. Yeah, we'll see. Either way, we're not looking for a long trade here. Definitely not. I would never, you know, short wave. Like wave 4s. You don't. Those are the waves you don't want to trade because they tend to be shallow. And then, you know, if you're taking a lot of relative risk on a trade which is shallow, then it's just usually not worth it. So you want to use the wave 4s as a springboard to get into a trade like a wave 5 perhaps, but actually, like, you know, when a wave 3 is completed, if you're thinking, well, I'll short the wave 4, personally, I don't think that's a good idea. Raphael says retrace third to see if extended, but it does look very extended. This one here, the way that I do that is I look at the what I call the prophecy extension. So, and we already did it, and so this is an extended wave 3. If this is wave 1, then this is an extended wave 3. But then we've got a hyper extended wave 5. If this wave count is, correct. If this is wave 3, then what correction did we get? What retracement did we get for this wave 2? Let's grab. What is this? Let's grab that. There we go. Okay, let's do a bass channel. If this is wave 1, let's do a bass channel for that as well. But I'm going to do a modified shift, which is the same thing, just gives us more to work with. Yeah, rode along the top of the bass channel. How's the music? Is the music too loud? Is the volume okay? Yeah, I don't think that's really helpful. Any more? The bass channel, so we get rid of that one. Let's see if a regular shift is going to give us something interesting. A regular pitchfork is going to give us something interesting. Master J says it's slightly too loud. How's that? Is that a little bit better? I'm literally laying on all the pitchforks to see which ones are showing us market geometry. The regular is nothing, and look, we're getting a move down. So I see a shift, which is showing that weakness. So it just doesn't want to go further than the shift. A strong move down. So that's probably the end of that correction there. And then this might be the final push down in the 5th we were talking about, maybe. What? Minuscule, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is the wave 2, what retrace was that? $61.8 on the nose, which means that we get typically a wave, and it was drawn out a little bit. I mean, 38.2 is the standard, and look at that, just touched over it ever so slightly. If it does decide to go deeper, the next one would be there. So this could be, if it didn't come down lower than this, and especially if it breaks down below, the big giveaway if it breaks down below this point. But if it does come higher, then the median line or up here is like the next target. But that's if we're looking for a final fifth down in the third, because I haven't seen any divergence yet. All the volumes have been climbing. And so, and again, I know that if you get an extended fifth, but even if you go into that extended fifth, if you go deep enough, you should find some divergence between the third and the fifth wave. And so, because this is all just still climbing, I kind of feel like we've got another push down, and then you'll see the volume, and then with the price going lower, we'll see divergence between the volume, and we'll also see the same thing with the momentum. So again, there's no certainty. I'm just talking about probabilities. So the probability is that I would expect another push down, because we didn't quite reach this lower parallel, which is fine. That's fine. I mean, what's interesting here is that we got this this regular pitchfork, and when price breaks out past a a lower parallel, upper parallel, etc., then it's good practice to add a sliding parallel. And what you'll find a lot of the time is that price then responds to either a mirror or a phase shift of that sliding parallel. So we'll do sliding parallel. I think this is the fourth one I've done. Do that on the left, and we'll make it dotted. And so we would do this. So the furthest out it went was there, and then the first one you might do is or you could actually start it here. Like when it didn't reach the median line, you would maybe create this here, and then you would look at this. You would create the phase shift. You see that? Yeah, you see that? It's like the same geometry, but there's like it shifts over, and so then you can keep that, and then you can carry it on also down here. Now it obviously broke past that a little bit, but look, it's not bad. And so you can see that the whole thing kind of shifts over. Look at that. It's kind of cool, huh? And that's called phase shifts. Okay, sound engineers are happy with the music now. Cool. Okay. So yeah, it's a nice example of phase shifts there. It's very cool. So the second you see it, right, because look, price has an 80% probability of reaching the next median line, and when it doesn't, that is an invitation to create a sliding parallel. So when price came to this upper parallel, broke through once, and it came through a second time, potential short opportunity here, although there's not a clear break of market structure to go by, but and then it comes back down and it doesn't reach the median line, and it comes back up, so it doesn't quite reach it. That's an invitation to create this sliding parallel. And then if price the only thing we can do here is a phase shift, and that's it gave us just really nice really nice geometry to go with. All right, so now it's broken down out of this lower parallel. It's let's bring on a warning line. Let's bounce off that lower parallel. So if this is the correction here, and then if we are looking for a final wave 5, then because when you're down in the 1 minute like this, we can't really go any deeper. Like, yeah, we can go into the seconds and stuff, but like at some point, you're going to be just looking into the weeds. Raphael says that's what I referred to yesterday, the phase shift. It's phase, like it's written, it's like this. Where's the phase shift? Yeah. And so what we might be seeing is that's a wave 1 and a 2, and then 3, 4, 5, or something like that. This would be a degree lower. And in this instance, this would be called an energy point right there. Right, look, price just... That's where price breaks through. Maybe, we'll see. Yeah, right through the heart of the energy. Energy point. Very cool. Very nice. Illuminati confirmed. Look. See this, guys? Illuminati confirmed. Of course, what we also could be seeing is we could be seeing 1 correction, 2 correction, and we've got another correction up. That'd be quite nice to see, actually. So I think in order to get a good assessment of that, in order to get a good assessment of that, we've got to step back a little bit. And if we, I think actually we can't step back. We've got to stay in this time frame. If we are expecting, if this is the, if this is the 1, 2. So 1, 2, this lower time frame, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I mean, if I went all the way up to there, that would be a very deep wave 4. And wave 4s just don't go past the 61.8, right? It just, they're exceptionally rare. Raphael says, please show us your setup and all your retracements, how you set them up in your saved items when you can. It's in the course, mate. It's in the course. Yeah, it's in the course. I mean, I can do it. If everyone bullies me into do it, I'll do it. But everyone's got to bully me into do it. Get me in a headlock, and I'll do it. But it's all in the course. But if everyone else doesn't want me to do it, they might find it really boring. But I can do it, I suppose, quite quickly, and then you can sort of take a screenshot. Oh, and also, I'm also going to get a pop filter for the mic, so you don't hear me go a pop filter, and a shock mount. And a shock mount means that the mic's going to be hanging in, an enclosure hanging in string, and so you won't hear every time I tap or hit these buttons and stuff, because the vibration will get stopped and it won't hit the mic, so it will be more professional. At some point, like I used to do a podcast for the self-development company that I had years ago, and it was we had this is one of the original mics I had. I've had this mic for a decade, and it's like all battered and messed up. I had 4 mics like this. I had 4 voice compressor units. I had a limiter and these big boom arms, and because it used to be like a sort of a show with multiple people, the whole kit was worth about $2,000. So at one point I will get those boom arms are really handy because I just can move the mic and stuff, but again, my focus right now is portability, and those boom arms are made of steel and they're heavy. Like this, this is probably the heaviest thing I've got. This weighs more than the lights. Well, this light's bit heavier. This one's lighter. The tripod, everything's plastic. I chose the lightest, the lightest stuff that I could. So the boom arm, all the boom arm stuff, it's like, yeah, but right now, until I get truly settled, and who knows when that's going to be. I'm a pirate, a nomad. But if I do decide, right, yes, this shall be my dwelling, then I love the idea of just, oh look, so I wasn't paying attention. There we go. There's the nice drop. Maybe that's the wave one. I don't know. At this point, we're not trading this right now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Then yeah, once I'm there you go. There's the nice move. Boom. There's the wave 3 volume. Come on. So there we go. So this is kind of fun because what I said we're expecting another move down because I wasn't seeing any divergence in the volume. And aren't I a bloody genius? And look at this so far, right? You see this? So price is coming down in this final 5th wave. On this we don't. See, once you get into these, like you go up the time frames, you can't even see what's going on. But I said, so I want to see divergence, and look, the price has come down, but look, the volume so far hasn't exceeded the volume here. So already, although it's too soon to say that with finality, but you see the divergence so far. But so that would make more sense for a way, for this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Raphael says, I didn't see that in what module. It's not like one I don't think it's one module. I think I do it sporadically as I talk about different parts. But you are right. It would be a good idea to have a cheat sheet where it's all there. So that is a good thing that we should 100% do. Wave 1, wave 2. One, two. Yeah, so I think this is just wave 3. And then we've got one more correction, one more move up, down, sorry, and that will complete the wave 5, which will complete the wave 3. That's what I think is going on. See the divergence. I mean, it's too early to say, but the price is going down lower, and we haven't yet. We've got less relative volume, and this is what I talked about. So, whenever you get a move down like this, a strong move, and you're tempted to go, well, that's the end. If there's no divergence, go deeper, look deeper, because you might find the divergence. But if you go deeper and the divergence isn't there is a chance that it's still just the 3rd wave, and it means there's a correction incoming and then another move up. And you might play that, you might factor that into, let's say you're a 5th wave trader, you love trading 5th waves. That's a great thing to look out for as a sign that the 3rd wave is still underway. Getting rejection candles over here, so that might be the 3rd wave completed there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, we'll see. This is making sense, guys. I'm talking about yeah, there's the pushback, 4th wave correction. You get what I'm saying with the divergence. So have I run out of water? Shit, I ran out of water. I'll have to drink tap water. I'm going to assume from your silence that you all completely understand and agree. What the hell's that? Maybe there. I mean, if this comes back even deeper, then then I've got that wrong. Where this is already completed, but it's hard to see. We've run out of degree. Yeah, look at that. It's coming way too deep. So it's like, because you could put the third and fourth here, but I mean, I think that it's bloody tight in terms of like the rule that wave 4 can't break into wave the beginning of wave 1's territory, unless this is like and the wave ends here, and then the wave 1's actually here. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, fuck it, let's go with that for now because it's not upsetting our main count. So that's the final wave 5 there, let's say. And look, again, where did it stop? It stopped on our sliding parallel. Beautiful. Isn't that so? I'm talking about this. It's all come from here. Can you see that? Look. Like, look. I'm not making this up. This is not just like, it's not magic. I'm not seeing faces in clouds. I think, was it on the last stream I got really excited about market geometry? It's so fucking cool, right? And in this case, we're looking at a phase shift. And so if you didn't know about phase shifts, you wouldn't see that. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't catch it. But because we've got these different phase shifts happening, if you, for some reason, you were looking for a long entry, then look, we had 3 attempts to pierce this sliding parallel, and it got rejected 3 times. So cool. All right, so that's, yeah, to me that's it's broken the first level of the first market structure, and I think this ties in perfectly. This like gives us a nice segue, right? Because I want to talk about market structure, and so to me this is the first kind of confirmation that this move is now over. Like this is the third wave. Look at that beautiful divergence. Like I said, we were looking for. Like, so this is why it's good content, because if we're looking at the daily, I talk about stuff, but then we have to come back tomorrow or the day after to see if it's unfolded. But because we're down into the 1 minute, I'm saying stuff and then it happens. And then there'll be times when I say stuff and it doesn't happen, obviously, because I'm not a genius, I'm not perfect. Cornish says, Raphael says, I'm sure at a lower degree you'll always find it. Yeah. Cornish says, I'm still module 15, so some of this is still yet to come. Okay, no problem. But yeah, on these lower degrees, it's all happening really quick. So it's good content. It's good content. And we've broken this first market structure, right? So the first market structure is here, and I've got these labels all set up for the market structure. So that was a lower high, right? So the lower high here. So in other words, we're going lower low, lower high, higher low. But this is part of the correction. Higher, so the trend has changed direction to a higher low, and then a lower high, and and then it breaks. So we've got a sign of a change of direction. We've got like lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then this change of direction here, like a higher low. This is why it's blue rather than red. A higher low, right? Now, if the price had have broken higher than this level, this is the lower high, so the lower high, right? That's why it's red. If it broke out above this, it's a sign. It's the trend has changed direction until we get the opposite break in market structure. But it didn't break this market structure. It came back down and created another, and now a new lower high. So the trend changed direction. Briefly, I gave a sign that there was a trend change, but then it broke down lower and gave us another lower low, right? Another lower low. And if for the downtrend to continue, we would create lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower highs. And this first level here, and we've just broken this, like, I suppose the next point would be there. Oops. Oh, get it right, Andy. That's the next lower high. The next one's there. Hasn't broken this one. Right, so it's broken this one, so we can change that to a dash. It broke this one, change that to a dash. But it hasn't broken this one or this one. So far, it's a great positive sign. It's broken two market structure levels where price came back up, created a higher high, a lower high, came back down, created another lower high, and it's broken two of those. It's really, really strong. So that's a great, sorry, my phone's buzzing. Again, once I got this microphone shock mount, you won't hear all the buzzing on my phone and stuff. So it's a great sign that potentially we're going to get a change of direction. Now, if this is the wave 4, if this is wave 3, where's that wave 4? There it is. So where would we be looking for a wave 4? Did I say what retrace this was? Did I mark it here? No, I didn't. I remember doing it. Maybe that wasn't. Yeah, almost to 78.6. Oh, that's the wrong colour. That should be green. There we go. So a nice deep retrace for the wave 2. And so that means we'd be expecting a shallow wave 4. What would a shallow wave 4 look like? Shallow wave 4 would be, well, here, but it's broken past that, so we'll have to see what happens here. And if it unfolds like that, then we should get another push up. Yeah, we should get another push up. Are you guys following this so far? We're talking about phase shifts, we're talking about market structure. This is the 4 hour. All this, you can hear me like touch, pressing the keyboard and stuff. So I don't want that. That shouldn't be going up into the mic because it's a bit annoying, isn't it? It's the KuCoin. Binance. KuCoin, okay. We can get rid of that. Yeah, but when you can see in this view, this is why it's always a good idea to step back. We've got this nice, really clean. In fact, I think this is a perfect opportunity now to do a really nice, first of all, regular pitchfork. And look at that. We've got a really nice, could have been a nice short entry there, although this is still not like it's a short, a full correction would have gone like that and something up here, so it's hard, it's easy to see after the fact. But then also we're going to lay because this is a WXY, no, an ABC, sorry, so we want to see ideally a nice corrective, right? So my favorite correction frequency geometry kind of template is the regular and the modified shift. Now it would have to go really really sharply to hit, because the ideal sort of go to is where the median line reaches the lower parallel. That's kind of your clean, correction, but that would have to, we're running out of bars. That's going to happen. That's got to happen right now. That's like in the next 30 minutes or an hour, which looks like nothing on this chart, but then we go down deep. And when would we be wanting to see that, if it was going to go into this energy point, which is, it doesn't have to. And obviously if we are expecting a nice push up into the Y wave, we might get, are we seeing any volume areas of interest? Let's just wait for that to load. Bill says, why are you not just recommending people to buy and hold? It's the only proven way to make good money in crypto, and it's way less risky and bad for your mental health. If you don't like trading, you don't enjoy trading, then fine. But hodl is great in a bull cycle. In a bear cycle, there's lots and lots of people that bought Bitcoin at 60,000 and they've been holding all this way down. If you have no intention to learn how to do trading, then yeah, of course, 100%. But I would argue, if you're getting into Bitcoin and you don't fully appreciate that or it's Bitcoin or crypto, and look, there's some cryptos that aren't going to recover. There's some cryptos that are just not going to recover. And so buy and hold as a general thing is, as a blanket, like when I first got into crypto in 2016, oh, that's not working. When I got into crypto in 2016, that was where like the meme just hodl kind of came at it from that place, because I hadn't, and all the people who got into crypto had never experienced a proper bear cycle, because Bitcoin and other crypto, whatever you did, if you just held it, just at some point there was always a dip, but then it always kept going up. And then the first ever bear cycle for me happened at the end of 2017. Lots of people got in, and they had to wait years for it to recover. And then you are right, if they bought Bitcoin at 20,000 and then it recovered, then absolutely. So if you have no intention to learn how to trade, then I wouldn't listen to anything I'm saying whatsoever. I wouldn't be watching this. Well, the Decentralist isn't only going to be trading, right? So there's going to be the segment which is trading, and that's for people who are interested in learning how to trade. But it is a skill you have to learn. And so to say that it's the only proven way to make good money is, that's not true. Learning how to analyze markets based on, there's different kinds of methodologies, and the one that works for me, my favorite, the one I've fallen in love with, is a combination of Elliott Wave Principle, which is a way of analyzing patterns that are produced by crowd psychology. And this is discovered in the 1930s by Ralph Nelson Elliott. And in the same decade, like I mentioned earlier, a guy called Dr. Alan Andrews discovered this market geometry method that just became known as Andrews median lines. And I've combined them together, and that's what I do. But this is not something you dabble with. I kind of liken trading to MMA fighting or rock climbing without ropes. If you have no intention of going in there to be like to master that, don't bother. Oh yeah, I want to try a bit of MMA. You're going to get your face smashed in. Oh yeah, I'll just try going up that cliff. Yeah, fine. You're going to die. And that's the kind of approach. If somebody doesn't understand this stuff, and they have no intention of really committing to it, then you're absolutely right, Bill. You're absolutely right. So Bill's not wrong. He's not wrong. And going back to what you said about way less risky and bad for your mental health, I'm going to go back to the MMA or the rock climbing analogy. There's a documentary, what's it called? I think it's called Free Climbing. I forget the guy's name. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. Maybe you guys know the name. The documentary is called Solo. Free Solo. Have you seen it? Oh man, that is incredible. And it's just hard to watch and beautiful. And it's this guy, Chris. Is it Chris someone? And he's a solo free climber, and he climbs up El Capitan or El Captain or something, somewhere in America. This sheer cliff, like 2,000 or 3,000 feet. And the documentary is him training with ropes, and then eventually it's like time, and he climbs the whole thing with no ropes. It's incredible. But I'm saying when you get to that, I mean that's extreme, obviously, but when you get to the level of competency where a rock climber like him gets to, he's not scared going up. He's not anxious and nervous going up. He's practiced it so much, right? He's not scared going up. I mean, obviously there's going to be some like residual, alertness and stuff, but he's not anxious because he's done the work. If you go into an MMA fight and you've been training hard for years and stuff, like I've never been in an MMA fight. I don't know if you go in this from like the interviews that I've seen, they're not scared going in because they've done the work. If you put me in an MMA ring and say, right, you're going to fight whoever, like some guy who's been doing it his whole life, I'm going to be shitting myself because I know I'm about to get pummeled. And so look, trading is the same thing, because this is no joke, right? There's real money involved. And so Bill says, followed you from the old 2012 days. Oh, nice. Just want the best for you. Yeah. Well, it's all good, man. It's all love. Bill says, I used to trade. I get it. Perhaps I was a little brash with my wording. I made some money, but it took a lot from me. I've been fortunate enough to make 10,000x more just holding. Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue 100%. I think they're two completely separate strategies. Sorry, just to come back to this, sorry. So we've got a nice move down, and it's pinged our median line really nicely. And so if I go down into the deep down into the 1 minute. Oh yeah, so we already saw that. I just sort of pointed it out. So yeah, it depends on your. That's down to every single person, It depends on like what you want to do. Some people, and there's some people definitely watching this who will feel this. You feel drawn to this, and you love the idea of doing this as your job, of getting up and systematically being able to extract money from the markets. I would argue, Bill, I don't want to make any assumptions, obviously, but I believe that to the degree that trading is stressful is to the degree that the way that you're trading isn't based on a strict plan system that's back tested. And because if you're I think stress comes from the fact where you feel like you're gambling, right? Where you're like, oh, I don't know, like that feeling of like that tense feeling, and like I recommend to the guys the best book everyone can read, and I've actually posted in the network, in the community, I've posted a YouTube series that I found from this same guy. It was like somebody's posted these videos from this guy's workshop, and the book's called Trading in the Zone by Michael Douglas, and the whole book is the best. It's the best trading book you can ever read, and it hasn't got a single strategy for how to trade in the entire book. The whole book is mindset, and they talk about how like the best place to be in when you're trading is that the same place, funnily enough, you're in when you first try trading, and you think, oh, this is easy, and you have this kind of lightness to you, and then obviously you quickly realize that that's not how it's done, and you don't have the skill, the knowledge. But if you're feeling stressed, I would argue it's because you haven't got a very strict method that you are following. That's my kind of template of beliefs around trading. But you are right, Bill, that some trading is not for everyone. It's not for everyone at all. If you don't want to spend a lot of time learning this, then don't even bother. Don't start. And yeah, just instead of that, you just want to do investing, right? And investing is a different thing altogether. If you're investing, you are going to do fundamental analysis. You're not going to look at charts. You might look at charts for some basic, look for a good entry or something like that, you know. But apart from that, it's all fundamentals. It's all like looking at, is this a great project? Is it solving a problem in the world? No different than if you were investing in a company. Is it a great company? Is it got a potential to grow? Is there going to be potential demand for this token whereby the value of the token will go up? That's fundamental analysis. And so, yeah, you are right, Bill. If you're not going to commit to this, don't. If you dabble in this, it is like dabbling in solo climbing without ropes and MMA. In both situations, you'll probably die. Though these aren't things you can dabble with. If you dabble with trading, you are guaranteed to lose money. You have to decide that this is something that you want to do, right? You have to commit to it. And if you're not willing to, don't even bother. Don't even bother. Alex, that's it. Alex Honnold. Alex Honnold, that's the one. What I said, Chris. Alex Honnold. Great movie. I want to do investing on this this live stream as well. I've got an idea where we can have a little segment where we actually look for some hidden gems. You know, maybe you guys can suggest some stuff. And I've made some great money on investments as well. But I'm a nerd and I love this stuff. I love this stuff. I think charts are beautiful. I think these charts. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, guys, you just look at my face. Sorry, I forgot you can't see what I'm looking at. Someone should let me know. You guys are the engineers. You should have told me. So I'm saying I think these charts are beautiful. I think like market geometry is there's beauty to it. You know, like I used to be a director, an art director, a designer. So I'm like, you know, the visual just kind of appeals to me. Like there's some in, you know, hedge funds, they call types of analysts who look at numbers and they crunch data, they come up with algorithms, they call them the quants, the quantitative analysts. And I'm just not wired that way. Like you could come into the chat and say, Andy, look, after the stream, I want to have a conversation with you. I've got the best quantitative analysis method. I can't. It's not like you can see with like all the visual stuff I love. I'm a visual guy. I see patterns. I see dead people. I'm ready to tell you my secret now. I see Elliott waves. You see Elliott waves? Yeah. Are the Elliott waves here now? Yeah. They don't know that. They think they're random movements. So yeah. But I also love investing as well. Like there's a different joy that comes with having a portfolio of tokens that you believe in. You know, you believe in these projects. Again, people have different investment styles. There's some people who invest in things they don't actually give a shit about. They just think the price is going to go up. But me personally, I remember when I first got into it in 2016, and you had like your portfolio, and you'd speak to people. Oh, what's in your portfolio? And you'd share, and you go, oh yeah, you've got some of that. Oh, I've seen that before. Yeah. I like that, you know. And you know, in a bear cycle, no one's talking about their portfolio positions. Obviously, this is when the traders kind of step in and I think take the light in bear cycles. Because it's all about shorting mostly in bear cycles. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next bull run. And hey, I think in the future you're all going to have some Aslan in your portfolios and some King Silver. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought. What were we looking for? Okay, well, we've got a nice nice bounce off the median line. Very cool. That's a bounce off the median line of the modified Schiff. And so if this is we haven't drawn this yet, have we? So that's the sub minuet. So let's just draw this in. The A, the B, oh, missed it, and the C. So far, very nice. We've got a wave 1, 2, and then I said down here the completion of the 3. So if this is micro, correct, and that means the sub micro, we'd be looking at a wave 1, 2, 3, and then we're in the 4th wave correction, and then the 5 will take us down there, and I'll come back to that in a second. Sub micro, yes, it's good. And what's this? What's that coming from? Oh, that's the X. That's like where the X. Okay, well, we've passed the 5, so we can get rid of the 5. And we've gone past the 618, we can get rid of that. So I think, yeah, we are going to come down to these levels down here. That's fine. And for the ABC, let's do a trend-based fib to project for the C. AB zigzag extension. So yeah, so the first level would be there, which is what we might get. We might get a shortened C, because it's a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 might take us down to here, and maybe just another touch on this median line. And okay, so if that happens, right, guys, and we get this nice move to, let's just say, to here, right? If we look at this pitchfork here, right, this is a regular pitchfork, and this would, if that transpires that way, it would mean price hasn't reached the median line. What rule would potentially then come into play? Master J, Hagopian's rule. Yep. Straight away. So Hagopian's rule would say that we would expect price to go in the other direction, at least the same distance that price took to come down here. So without being exact, if price sort of, you know, came down that close, then it would be approximately up here, which we'd expect it to go more than that anyway, because we've got a WX, and we'd kind of, well, we'll see. But you know, the further into the future you forecast, the more like chaos of potentialities. Anyway, if you're not subscribed, do it now. Hit subscribe. Oh, and everyone hit like. And if you're watching on Twitch and you're not following, make sure you follow. So if we were looking for a trade, then looking for this this Y wave trade is probably the best one to be looking for. But if we're going down into this level here, then let's have a look. I mean, there could be this, you know, this move down, but if we're expecting a big move up, that's kind of counter trend. It depends if we see anything. In terms of let's have a look. Yep. So if this is a we've kind of run out of the group. 1 minute. So if this is a impulse correction, we should have another impulse up. And oh yeah, I did that, didn't I? So that's could that be just the correction there? I mean, can we go deeper than that? Dare we? Okay, if I want to go down to the seconds, I'm going to upgrade more. So once I get to Warsaw and so once we start like doing this kind of, dare I call it scalping, then yeah, then I'll upgrade the trading view to give us, so we can go even deeper than the minutes. Jesus. because the reason why I'd want to do that is to have a look at this here, right? Because I can't see whether this is an impulse or corrective. Either way, because we got a relatively deep wave 2, you know, I wouldn't be expecting a deep wave 4, but I mean, if this is the first leg of the correction, then, you know, it would imply that we've got more to go. But we could be seeing, you know, a nice sideways correction, which would be kind of cool to see that. Because I can't see the wave 1 here, so I kind of feel like this is going to be corrective. And this is obviously corrective, because it's all overlapping. So my sort of, my guess, right, is we're going to get that. That's my guess, but it's just a guess. Luke says, thanks so much, and you got to go now. Cheers, guys. Yeah, good to see you, Luke. I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, so the next time we find an Illuminati confirmed, I've got the sound effect. Illuminati confirmed. Oh shit, once enough. And so if it does do this, by the way, if it does, actually let's make that a if we do get this, then it could be worth a stab as a short, you know, because we'd have a nice if we do get this kind of condensed contracting market structure that looks like a triangle. You know, triangles are my favorite kinds of fourth waves. Then yeah, it could be a nice short with the stop below, you know, there or something, and then we'd have to look at, if that happens, what the projection of the fifth is. But you know, there's a trade there. Let's look at that would be as a guess. So if let's just say the fourth wave ended here, then that'll be the first. If it ended there, that'd be the first target, and yeah, you got at least a 3-to-1 ratio there. So there's your trade. But that's only if we get this kind of, you know, nice, clear, kind of corrective triangle formation. If we get something else, then it might change the game. But I'm just saying that's, yeah, if that happens, there you go. So something to look at. Oops. What do you guys think? I've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. So I'll go on for another 20 minutes and then we can wrap up. And then we can come back tomorrow and see how this did. I mean, look, we might get something very different. We might actually get the thing I said that is, you know, the deep wave 4, where we get, right, we get like a deeper wave 4. Let me just turn on the 50%. You know, could happen. Because 50% is pretty standard for a wave 4. Happens a lot. Oh, pardon me. Oops, wrong button. But this lower parallel, but then price hasn't really responded to this. Let's see if we've got any action from the warning lines. Yeah, not really. So because price hasn't really been responding to this shift, I was going to say like, oh well, maybe. Let's get rid of this. I was going to say maybe, you know, would this first warning line be a potential resistance area? But we haven't. Price hasn't been responding to this at all. So I don't know even why I've kept this on here. This is a shift. Let's change this to a modified. Sorry, this is. It says modified, but it's not. It's a shift. Let's change this to a modified. There it is. Look at that straight away. Look, that's where price stopped. Bang. So we shouldn't have been using the shift. We should have been using the modified. So price is responding to this one really nicely. And so if this does climb higher, and what might lead me to think this is a triangle if it doesn't go any higher than this point here, right? This lower high. If it does go higher, then the level to look at is here. This is no longer helping. But this warning line, this lower parallel would be the first area to look at, and this sliding parallel here is also given us that even down here. So this geometry, this phase shifted geometry, has been, look at that, has been really strong in this downward move. So as an area of resistance, I would even go as far as saying right there, that's our energy point that I'd look to as a potential resistance point. Is that a trade? I mean, we've got some really strong geometry happening. But, the full corrective, could take us to this median line. So to short it, it's kind of risky, I mean, like, just because of that, I'd want to see, again, this is where we're going to come back to the market structure. I want to see some confirmation with the market structure. This is the thing about like trying to pick daggers, trying to catch daggers, trying to just catch the top and bottom. It's not necessary. You don't need to like catch the tops and bottoms. It's just not necessary. And if it hits that point and breaks down, that's a great sign. It hits that point, it's rejected. We get a long kind of a rejection wick, right? We get these like tweezers, double top, something like that, and it comes back down, and then we get and then we get like an impulse down, and then a corrective structure up, and then we get like another. There's things like that. Then you wanna get in on the pullbacks, not try and catch the top and catch the bottom. That's and if you're going to short here, where do you put your stop loss? That's the next thing. Where there's no market structure. Like even here, there's not really anything here. There's nothing. You just you're out in space. There's nowhere to go, and so that would be wouldn't be good. Where if we, again, this is all assuming this is what happens. If we in fact, if I got a shift, I bet your ass we're going to get a really nice, something really nice with the shift. Is that a shift? Or is that modified? That's a shift. So it's come to the shift line right now. Remember I talked about how the shift pitchfork is when price adheres to the shift in a correction, it's a sign of weakness. If it goes past this, then it hasn't shown like immediate weakness. Oops. And then I'll switch to the modified. Is it going to break through? Look at this energy point. Yeah, it's broken through. So I don't think this is going to be helpful for us. So we switch to the modified. Let's make it that colour. And so that's the next level, right? The modified. And if it breaks through here and into this energy point, this is the next level here. This sliding parallel. There it goes. Boom. But this is the 38.1. We don't need the 20 to get that out of the way. So it should be like this. Right, straight to the lower parallel, right? So there we are. And we look straight to so we're exactly where I said that we would be the first place we would look for resistance. But again, where would you put your stop? If it could just go straight up to the edge of, give us a really nice clean correction. Take us to the 61.8 up here. Look, like that. Look at that right there. Raphael says law of alternation suggests a complex move sideways. Where? Oh, this wave 4. What makes you say that? Raphael says that's a reverse Head and Shoulders at this point. Where? Oh, here? Yeah, of course. But that, that's what you tend to get with, the wave 4, 3, 4, 5 of a 3, and then an A, B, C, and the B wave gives you that kind of Head and Shoulders thing. But this is where like it can mess people up, because if this is only the third wave, then it's going to turn back around and come down again. Whereas if this was the fifth wave rather than the third wave, then this would be a perfect Head and Shoulders, because then you've got the third wave, fifth wave of the fifth wave, and now you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes off on upwards. But this is the higher degree is the third wave, and so yeah, this is marked a change in direction. But if we are correct in our macro wave count, then we would be expecting it to come back down. So anyway, I've got another 10 minutes left. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this deep dive into Bitcoin and exploring and stuff. But one thing I want to do as a bit of fun, let's just choose a random one. Let's choose Matic. Let's get rid of all of the indicators. And what I thought we would do, let's go to the 4 hour, and in fact, just so you guys can't see this, because then you can't cheat, and no looking on your own charts to see what actually happens. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in time. Okay, I'm going to change the candles to make it look a bit more interesting. Actually, no, I think we'll keep them as the black and white candles, because then we can just focus on the market structure. So okay, let's come back. I've gone back in time, obviously, but right now, are we in a uptrend or a potential downtrend? In the micro, like right here, right now. Uptrend or downtrend? Raphael said it's been great. Yeah, nice. We've had a lower low, broken. Master J says uptrend. Of course, it depends on the degree you're talking about. You can be in an uptrend, which is in a downtrend, which is in an uptrend, which is in a downtrend. So it's kind of a tricky question to ask, actually. But what I want to kind of get at, and maybe we can just sort of go through this, is like, so here's another lower low that's been broken as well. Right. We've got a lower high. So lower low, lower high, lower low. The lower low's been broken, so another lower low. We've had a lower high. Oh shit. Aha. Just found out what's happening. Right, a lower high. And look what happened. We actually broke. So we broke the lower low. Another lower low. But what happened? Anyone? What happened? Has anything changed? Has anything changed? Has anything changed? No, you can't see anything's changed. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Marcus says no, nothing's changed. Raphael says nothing has been invalidated, so strong down. Master J says we got a higher low. Where did we get a higher low? And a higher high, and that last move did not change it. We got a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a higher low. We haven't had a higher low. But we did get a higher high. Look. That. See that? We got a first higher high. It's not huge, you see that? A higher high, right? Now, it's not a deal breaker, but okay, there's some strength that came in. Now look what happened. We've come down, and so far we've got now double bottoms, right? You've heard of double bottoms? Price hasn't so far broken down this lower low. We've got a higher high, and so far we haven't got a lower low. We've got like an equal low, exactly. We've got two double bottoms, right? So turn off that bloody sound effect. I'll say we're all correct. Okay, so there's no confirmation yet that the trend has changed, but now when you see that, it's like, pay attention, right? Now let's see what we get next. Boom, right? So that didn't help us. Now we got another lower low, right? So let's keep going. More lower low. Oh shit! More lower lows. More lower lows. So this is obviously a downtrend, right? Obviously, no arguing there. Huh? Has anything changed, guys? Oops. So lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So we're not talking about anything else. We're only talking about market structure right now. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and are we seeing a change? Higher high, yeah, multiple high highs in a row, right? Boom, boom. We've got a higher high, and another one. What does it mean? So we've only broken one market structure, and when we break it, just to show like a little a sign. Okay, that's broken. This one's broken. Like a virgin, broken for the very first time. Okay. Boom. This one's taken out. Now, there's a reason why it's not enough for trading only market structure, but we've broken two recent bearish market structure. Okay, now we come down lower, and we're looking, in order for the trend to continue, we're looking for more lower lows. So again, I think that's a, what's that? Is that a different thing? Oops. See that? Now, might be too early to place that there yet, but let's see what we get. And so we got another higher high here, but now we got a lower high. Right, a lower high. So it's kind of like, we're not entirely sure what's going on here. This might be a kind of condensing corrective kind of structure, right? So this higher low That's now been broken. That was broken as well. Oops. And so this lower low here so far hasn't broken it. Breaks it. So we get an even lower low. So we get a lower low, but in fact, if we've got to take this into account. So this is a higher low, right? This is a higher low. Right? It's a higher low. So you can see there's a little thing there. We've got something, we've got like a higher high here, and we've got a higher low. So we've got a break in market structure here, coming down here, and you know, we've got a, well, again, I want to focus just on market structure. This is like a really strong rejection wick potentially, and again, look at that, again, see that? Another higher high. You can see how just with market structure alone, so that should be higher low, not higher high. Just with market structure, we're starting to see the trends. And this was a lower high, and that was broken. Right, so we got a lower high, that was broken. And this was the high, that was the higher high. So we got, this is like the market structure that has to be broken for a new uptrend to be established. Because this is in the broader sense, this is a lower high, right? Because lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. In the immediate sense, it's a higher high. But in the broader sense, I should label this as a lower high. So it has to break this. We've got like, right, this is the battle zone right here. This is the battle zone. In order to continue this downtrend, it's got to break down below this. In order to signal a change of direction, it's got to break above this. At least as the first sign. And these are the two guards down here. These are two guards, and this is the big boss. And up here, have we got any guards up here? Not yet. We want to see what's happening here. It's heading towards the guards. Heading towards the first guard. Can't defeat the first guard. Got scared away. So it's created another higher low. Right? Which is, now we get another guard. He's joined the forces. Now we're heading up. First guard, is he going to hold the line? The second guard, the third guard. Boom. Breaks through all three. Smashes through them. Doesn't give a fuck. But just breaks through the third one. Trying to smash his way through them. Bang. Clears them all. No problem. So these are all broken. Oops. We'll do this for a few minutes, and then we'll head off. I'll head off, and you will head off to your lives. And so this is the big boss down here, right? For this trend to continue downwards, I'm just looking at market structure. I'm always tempted to lay it over the top, edit wave principle and stuff. But we're just looking at you can see this is the battle zone right here, you know. And for this to be 100%, I mean, so far it's looking like continuation of the downtrend. Because look, this it's still look lower high, can't break that lower high. Oops, try again. Lower high. Right, so same thing. It's at the boss. What do you reckon, guys? Is it going to break through? What do you reckon? Is it going to break through the big boss? So market structure is wave counting. No, not quite. I'm just saying, like, I'm tempted. I can see the market. I can see the edit wave structure, right? Boom, there it is. Broke through the big boss, and the downtrend is confirmed as continuing, right? And then you can see the lower lows, the lower highs. Boom. I mean, look, you could see edit wave, corrective triangle, A, B, C, D, E. You could see it, you know. So we knew it was going to go down lower because it looks like a fourth wave triangle, at least, you know, or a W or an X. But it's a, you know, that corrective structure usually means you're going to get a continued breakdown. But we're just looking at the market structure. So here's now the big boss of the big bear boss, right? We'll do this as a big thick line. This is the big boss, right? And so, but you can see here's the lower high, and that's being broken. So so this is the sign now. Look, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower high. Break this market structure, and it depends how detailed you want to get. The next big one's probably this one. Hasn't broken that one yet. There it goes, broken that one. So, it's a sign that, okay, could this be the end? Could this be the change of the trend? And then it's broken that one. The next level, I suppose, would be here, and then the next big bosses would be here, and this is the big boss. I'm going to change that to lower high, right? Nice big thick boss. So these bosses are quite far away, and it's got to break these bosses first. That's a lower high, and that's a lower high. It's already broken that. So these are dead, and these are the bosses it's got to get past. Boom, this guy's dead. Taken out, no problem. So this might be a strong bull cycle. What do you guys think? The final guard before the boss. Takes out the final guard, no problem. Now the boss is getting worried. He's like in the movie. He's now behind his desk. And now it's you and the boss. And as soon as it breaks that, it's a great sign that this downward cycle has ended. What do you guys think? Master J thinks, boom! In fact, I've got the perfect sound effect for that. It's finished. It's over. Right. And so this would be a great sign, just with market structure, that this downward trend has now potentially changed, because this was really key, you know. And like, you know, the next big boss, even bigger, would be, you know, way up there. But once you get to there, you've already got an established, you know, nicely established uptrend. And so what you would then probably expect is a pullback at some point. Or it's gonna keep on climbing. He wants to go for the boss. And look, so support and resistance, you know, came down, found support, blah blah blah, but you know, trod on the dead body of the destroyed boss before launching up to take out the big daddy. Gets a bit of resistance, and then finally gets a bit of a run up, and then kaboom! So the boss pushed him back. The boss was like, "Get the fuck out of here." He wasn't ready. But I think he's ready now. Kaboom! Takes out the big boss. You get the idea, right? So that was just a little fun exploration of just looking at market structure as the fingerprints of the trend, right? And you can go into, you know, again, it's fractal. So we're talking about, up, low, you know, high, low, lower, low, higher, low. But, you know, a lower high in 1 degree, you go deep, and it might be it's a higher high. So it's all kind of depends on the time frame you're looking at. So if you want to label it like this, then you label it in the way that makes sense to the time frame that you're looking at. So hope that helped. Kind of a fun thing to do. So that's it for today. I've been going for just over 2 hours, which is, I think, nice. Although I started late, so a nice clean 2 hours. So I hope that's been enjoyable. And then we'll come back tomorrow. We'll check out what Bitcoin's doing. We'll see what's what. So wicked. Nice one, guys. I want to see 4 smileys, 4 emojis. Master Netbroker says, just arrived. Great 5 minute of good information, well explained. Yeah, you've kind of turned up right at the end, I'm afraid, Netbroker. Master J, thank you, Andy. Thank you for the analysis, Andy. You're welcome, Master J. Thank you, Andy. Says Marcus. Thank you, mate. So I want to see 4 emojis and then I can head off. I'm an emoji. I need emoji validation. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Thank you, Master J. Thank you, Netbroker. Just need one more. And then I'll be back same time tomorrow. Thank you, Paul. Paul Chock One. Have I seen you here yet, Paul? Chris Gray. Cheers, mate. Chris Gray, have I seen you here before? Are you guys part of the community, or have you just kind of come across the stream? Or have you got just unknown YouTube names? You're welcome, Shirley. All right, wicked. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe. If you haven't liked yet, hit like. If you're on Twitch, you haven't followed yet, hit follow. And yeah, I'll be back same time tomorrow. Good night, guys.